What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very interesting and very exciting Liverpool transfer news video, because various English newspapers are saying that Liverpool are in the race to sign Skriniar, the world-class centre-back who is playing for Inter Milan, but the asking price is a huge £85 million. But I think Inter would let him go for a lot less money, and Inter actually has the third best defense in the Serie A, and Skriniar is a very good player, and I think we need another centre-back who is less injury prone than the likes of Joe Gomez, Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren. And Skriniar has played a lot of games for Inter Milan, so he's not an injury prone player. He played 35 games for Sampdoria in a season before he joined Inter Milan, and then he played 40 games last season for Inter Milan, and this season he played 35 games already and counting. So that means that Skriniar is not a player who breaks down with injuries. So let's actually read this report and let me know, guys, do you think Skriniar would be a good replacement for somebody like Dejan Lovren? Let me know in the comments below. And do you think that he's good enough to start for Liverpool? I think he's certainly good enough, and he would be an upgrade on the likes of Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren. He is only 24 years old, so his best years, probably the best 8 years of his career, is ahead of him. But I don't think he's worth 85 million. I think that is just a price tag for Inter to maybe fend off interest from the biggest clubs. But apparently not just Liverpool, but Manchester United, Tottenham and Manchester City and even Chelsea are interested in buying Skriniar, and even Real Madrid are lurking. And according to teamtalk.com, scouts from Liverpool were watching Skriniar against Wales when they played the Euro qualifiers, which Slovakia lost narrowly to Wales, to Daniel James goal. Harry Wilson, the Liverpool player who is on loan at Derby, also played in that game. And Skriniar has enjoyed a stellar season with Inter. They are comfortably in third place in the Serie A, actually 6 points ahead of Roma, and Inter Milan only conceded 24 goals in 28 games, and only Napoli and Juventus have a better defensive record. Napoli only conceded one less goal than Inter. So Skriniar is part of one of the best defenses in the Serie A, and Skriniar joined Inter from Sampdoria for just £25 million in July 2017, and he has gone from strength to strength since then, and he is now an ever-present in the Inter backline. And Skriniar is seen by some as a natural successor to former Liverpool and Slovakia centre-back Martin Skrtel. Skriniar is also from Slovakia, and apparently we need to move quickly if we want to get him in, because Manchester City and other big clubs, as I mentioned earlier, are interested in Skriniar as well. And Manchester City want a long-term replacement for Vincent Kompany, who is 32 years old, and not only do we need to sign Skriniar to improve our own team, but it would be a big coup, because if we can weaken Manchester City in the process as well, that would be brilliant. And Van Dijk choosing Liverpool instead of Manchester City had huge repercussions in the Premier League, because I think Manchester City would have walked the Premier League title if Van Dijk went to Manchester City. But he went to Liverpool, and now Liverpool are neck and neck, very close with Manchester City for the title. And I think the next 5 years could also be shaped by Skriniar, because if Skriniar goes to Man City and they fix their defensive problems, then Manchester City could be unbeatable, because attacking wise Manchester City are incredible, but defensively they are vulnerable sometimes and they can be got at. So I think not only do Liverpool need to sign Skriniar to strengthen our own team, but let's weaken Manchester City by snatching Skriniar up out of their hands, which would be brilliant. And Skriniar's agent spoke on his player's future, and he said that a lot of big clubs want Skriniar, and Real Madrid want to sign him, Barcelona want to sign him too. So the team that can convince Inter will sign him this summer. That is Skriniar's agent's words. So apparently he wants a bidding war. Apparently Inter want a bidding war as well. And should Liverpool be participating in that? Only if the price is right. I don't think Liverpool should pay 85 million for Skriniar. Only if we can bring in an attacking midfielder, a backup striker slash winger, a new right back, or who can play as left back as well. And if we strengthen those areas, then and only then should we look at Skriniar. And then and only then should we spend money if we can afford it, apart from strengthening these other areas. Because let's be honest, the centre-back position is not like a huge priority for Liverpool, because if it stays like this, and if Joe Gomez comes back from injury, and it looks like Lovren is back from his injury. Lovren played against my home nation Hungary here in Budapest, and Hungary came from 1-0 down to beat World Cup finalists Croatia, and Lovren started in that game. So it looks like Lovren is back fit. So if Lovren, Gomez and Matip can stay fit, and we will start next season with these three plus Van Dijk, I will be fine with that if we can strengthen other areas of the team. But if Skriniar is available for like 50-60 million pounds, I really think we should go for it. Because, as I said, Skriniar is only 24 years old, and he could be a huge player for Liverpool, as big as Van Dijk, as big as Alisson. And if Liverpool can be even more solid defensively, then attacking wise, I think Liverpool will always going to score goals. So I really hope that we get Skriniar, because he would be a brilliant player in my opinion. And Jurgen Klopp will be furious with England and Gareth Southgate, because it looks like, according to Gareth Southgate, that Jordan Henderson is still struggling with an ankle problem, and he's a huge doubt to play in England's next game against, I think, Montenegro today. And I don't understand, why did Jordan Henderson play the full 90 minutes for England against Czech Republic if he has an ankle problem? You shouldn't play a midfielder if he is injured, and England still played him. And it looks like this knee issue or ankle issue, sorry, flared up again. And it looks like that Henderson is a major doubt, not only for the next England game, but also for the Liverpool-Tottenham game. And I don't like that. That's the last thing that Liverpool need, more injuries during the international break. And Wayne Rooney has said that Liverpool winning the Premier League title would be an absolute nightmare. And that is music to my ears. Wayne Rooney said, with the title race going as it is with Liverpool and Manchester City, he said it's a great reason to be out of the country when those two are going head to head for the title. He is referring to Everton's biggest rivals and Manchester United's biggest rivals. Those are the two clubs that Wayne Rooney played for, Everton and Man United. He said, I hope Man City get over the line before Liverpool. I couldn't bear to see Liverpool win it. It would be a nightmare for any Evertonian. I remember in 2005 Liverpool won the Champions League, and they are still talking about it now. So it would be another 10 or 15 years of that. Like, what do you expect if Everton won the Champions League, which they have no chance of doing so, but if Everton won the Champions League, surely their fans would be proud of it and talking about it. So I don't really get this attitude by Wayne Rooney. Of course, it's obvious that he doesn't like Liverpool at all, and he doesn't want Liverpool to win any trophies, but it's not a wish list of Wayne Rooney. Whoever will win the Premier League title will win it because they deserve it. So let's see who will win it. Andrew Robertson says Liverpool players must step up for silverware after a fantastic season, and he says Liverpool players are ready for a big finish to the season. And Andrew Robertson's words are very interesting, so let me quote him. People have been quite quick to jump on Liverpool and say we have been going through a blip at Liverpool, and now all of a sudden we have come through that. It's part and parcel of football. We had a couple of draws. They were not the worst results. We didn't play our best, but drawing away to Man United and Everton are usually good results because we are in the title race, and all of a sudden Manchester City could maybe take over you by a point. It's deemed as a disaster. which I fully agree with Andy Robertson. There should be no crisis talks of Liverpool. I mean, we have drawn Leicester, West Ham, Man United, Everton. Maybe the Leicester and West Ham results are like not the best, but you can afford to draw a few games, and still our season is a massive success. Even if we don't win the title, I think Liverpool had a successful season, because you can finish on a 96 or 97 points. Liverpool can finish on 96 or 97 points and still not win the title, which is ludicrous. If anybody says that Liverpool didn't have a successful and a great season, is talking absolute nonsense, because if it wasn't for Manchester City, Liverpool would be walking this title race. Because in any other season, apart from last season, Liverpool would be miles away in first place, and nobody can take that away from Liverpool. But that's just an unlucky coincidence that Liverpool have this incredible season, their best season in terms of their points to games ratio, or wins to games ratio. This is the best ever Liverpool team in the history of the football club. So nobody can say, in my opinion, nobody can rightfully say that Liverpool season won't be a successful season. Of course, it won't be as successful as winning the title if Liverpool end up in second place, but still, that's still an outstanding season. And what Liverpool have done under Jurgen Klopp is massive progress, in my opinion, and we should just enjoy it, and let's see where that takes us. Andy Robertson said, we have had a fantastic season, and it's coming to the bit where we have to step up again and get the trophies that we are going for. The lads are full of confidence at Liverpool. And Alisson also said that the spirit is the biggest strength at Liverpool ahead of the run-in. And Alisson said this, and I quote him, all the players are important, be they the local players from the UK or the players from overseas. I admire the strength we have as a team and the quality that every single one of our players has. And the most important thing for me is the team spirit. I have been having regular English lessons, he said. One of the hardest challenges I had at the start was getting used to the accent, not just to the British accent, but to the Liverpool accent, which is very different, very unique. That's just my comment, my opinion. The Scouse accent is very hard to get used to if you haven't heard it a lot during your life. And when I came here, Alisson continued, I felt that everyone was important for me, but not just the Brazilians. Obviously Firmino was already here, and then Fabinho arrived more or less the same time as I did. Above all, I feel at home here. Home is where the heart is and where the family is. My family is here, my daughter and my wife live here, and my parents come when they can. My brother lives in Portugal, which is not too far away, and he comes when he can as well. That helps when I'm missing them. When I think about Brazil, I miss it a lot, but I have been welcomed here and I feel very much at home. The whole group received me very well. The fans have been very kind too, and as have the technical team. So I'm really happy here in Liverpool. Oh my goodness, that is so good to hear, because Alisson honestly is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and in my opinion Alisson is the best goalkeeper this season in the Premier League in terms of the performances that he has put in. And also, if Alisson could stay happy and stay in Liverpool for the next 7 or 8 years, I'm sure that he will win more than one league title and more than one other trophy as well. So I really hope that Liverpool can keep Alisson at the club for a long time, because since Pepe Reina, Alisson is our best goalkeeper by a country mile. He's nowhere near the other goalkeepers that played for Liverpool. No disrespect to Mignolet and other players, but Alisson is just world class in my opinion. And Sami Hyypiä said that Liverpool and Manchester City will fight for the Premier League title until the last day of the season, until the season finale. He said it's going to be an exciting end to the season. I don't think City are going to drop many points, and Liverpool can't drop many points either, so I think it's going to go until the last game. That would be great to fight until the end. and I'm hoping we are going to do it this year. And Ryan Babel, who recently scored that unfortunate goal against the Liverpool in the Premier League, but thankfully, I mean unfortunate in terms of a Liverpool perspective, and thankfully Liverpool went on to win the game. But he said why he left Liverpool and why it was a mistake and the panic move. So he said, I went to Liverpool at a young age, but I played quite a lot in my first year. The club wanted to keep me, but yes, I was out of the picture with the Dutch national team. With the knowledge of today, I know that I then made a panic move to Hoffenheim, and that was a mistake. And also Babel said that it was very different from living with his parents, with his family in Amsterdam, to moving to Liverpool from Ajax all on his own at a very young age. That must have been really, really hard, really challenging. And also with the way Rafa Benitez was as a manager, he's not an arm around the shoulder type of manager. Even Steven Gerrard admitted it, that sometimes he really wanted Benitez to praise him, and he even refused to praise Steven Gerrard too many times. And so you can imagine how Rafa Benitez treated Babel, and that was just his way of getting the best out of players. But it works with some players, and with others not so much. And I think with Babel it didn't really work out. His relationship with Benitez wasn't the best, and he said now they are a respected, stable sub-elite club, Hoffenheim, who are around 11th, 12th in the table. Afterwards, I think that I should have stayed at Liverpool. I was not so bad at all there, and that's the big regret for Babel. And also, I really would have loved Babel to stay at Liverpool, because I think he was a really good player who had limited opportunities under Rafa Benitez, especially in his last season. And if we just would have persisted with him a little bit more, I think that would have been beneficial for all parties. But let me know what you think about this and all the things that I talked about in this video. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Goodbye.